Hello, this is Trevor. Today we're doing another clickjacking lab in Portswigger's Web Security Academy. This time we're exploiting clickjacking vulnerability to trigger DOM-based XSS. So there's an XSS that can be triggered by a click, and we're going to try to fool the user into executing that XSS. And all we need to do to solve it is have the print function rung. And the victim's going to be using Chrome, so we need to make sure that our exploit works in Chrome. Sweet. All right, let's get started. Please remember to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. I'd love to know what you think about the videos, about whatever. All right, here's the lab. So right off the bat, I noticed that this is different. I don't know if we've had a submit feedback link yet. So let's check it out and see what we got. Let's view page source on this. And I do see a JS file. Out of it, submit. So it's going to run submit feedback with this input. This receives the input. It's going to make a XHR request. Send else params to string. Okay, so we've got this display feedback message, which is here. We've got inner HTML. Remember, that's dangerous. Thank you for submitting feedback. And if a value exists in the name, then we'll use comma and concatenate the name. Otherwise, we'll leave it empty. So with the concatenation and the inner HTML, we should be able to inject JavaScript into the name. And unless we can influence the response, I'm saying it's name. So let's check out what it looks like, and then we can devise our XSS payload, and then we can build our clickjacking payload and combine them. All right, let's leave this open for just a second. And I said it was in the name. So let's just do something like this to start out with. Email is blah@blah.com. Subject, let's put subject. Message, I'll just put message. Submit feedback. And that looks like it's bolded. Yep. So can we just do script alert 1 script blah@blah.com subject message? No, we cannot because of that span, right? So we need the image. I should have known that without. Oh well. One day. Alert 1. We can put this in quotes. And that. We can just do that. Message. Boom. There's our XSS. And we need to be able to submit this form. Is there a CSRF? End form. Yes, there is. But is that used in the JavaScript? I don't remember seeing that used here. Method, action, personal data. So get attribute personal What's personal? This dot get attribute. Submit feedback. So the form should be this. The form method. Oh, here's personal. Personal true. Okay. Yeah, the CSRF token, I don't see it's being used. Let me just Control F CSRF. No. And we can check actually here, HTTP history. Well, we could have if someone was proxying their stuff, duh, at spelling.com. Can't you get it right? Okay. Submit that, and then we'll look here. It does include the CSRF token. What? Doesn't? Well, I don't know what's going on, but we'll include it. Get an element by ID. And this display feedback message, load. I don't understand this. New form. Oh, because it's part of the form data. Ah, duh. Okay, my bad. Apologize. That's how it gets submitted. So they created a new form data with the values from the form, and this is how the form data gets sent in the body here. Okay, so we do need the CSRF token. Sidetracked. All right, so we need to create in probably the blog a submit feedback. Let's and the reason I say blog is, I mean, it could be part of site. We've only seen it in the blog so far. We've only seen it once, but so if we need to in the future, we can change it. But for now, let's make it in the blog. So we need submit feedback. Def submit feedback. Do we really need this? Because we're doing clickjacking. Man, I am not a smart person. Okay, we're doing submit feedback. So we want to hopefully pre-fill the form with our information and name especially the information we want, and then we want them to click submit feedback. So we won't be submitting this in Python. Whew, glad I figured that out before too late. All right, so let's try name equals, and then we'll put payload plus here. I wonder if should URL encode that. Email equals blah blah.com. Subject equals subject. And message equals message. Let's see. Yeah. All pre-filled. Perfect. We did that right. Okay. And we know our payload. So we're ready to go. Let's create let's close all this. And we need an HTML page so we can line things up. We will call it exploiting to trigger DOM-based XSS. Exploiting to trigger DOM-based XSS.py. Oh, we wanted actually the same thing, but .html. Okay. let's start with what we did last time. Just so we're not writing all this crap out. Let's start with 8 again. We need to change the URL. And in fact, also the my account, because we're not going there. We're doing feedback. Feedback, question, and then let's just copy all of this. So we could have just put the whole URL if I had been, you know, on top of things. Okay, got the URL. Let's open it and see how close our button is or where we need to move that. File, home, clickjacking, exploit this one. So it needs to, we need to make, let's make the iframe taller by, I don't know, like 400. And this is the iframe, which is the target website height. So we'll do 1000. There we go. And then we need to move this down like 450 maybe, which is the decoy website. So top. So let's make it like 900. It's too low. Button somewhere like, yeah, so maybe 60. 8, 4. Still. So 20. Nope. Another 20. Nope. Another 10. So 790. That's perfect. Okay. And all this stuff got pre-filled. We need to swap this out for our payload. But everything else looks lined up. Sweet. Let's copy this out. Well, let's actually, before we copy that, let's go here. And we're going to copy from our last one. So this, we'll delete here to here. And then I'm going to close pre-filled HTML, that one. And I'm going to copy from this one. That goes there. And I'm going to close this one. Okay. So we need to fix this guy up. So number 1, there. 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 Let's put in blog.base URL. And let's do payload. There. Sweet. Okay, I don't know why it's red, but figure that out in just a second. Oh, crap, I can't name it payload. Let's change in word exploit. Exploit equals, go like that. And it's red because line's too long. Perfect. I mean, not perfect, but that's fine. Everything else is right except for maybe the opacity. That looks good. So let's put in our exploits. If you remember, we did an image, and we need single quotes. Image source on error equals double quotes print to solve it. Boom. I think that's it. I'm gonna just put a no QA here. No QA. Get rid of that line too long message, because I don't need it. We need this. And exploiting. Boom, boom. Let's do it. Come on, no whammies. Uh-oh. Oh, no. We did not get it. Maybe we need to URL encode this. It's got to be it. It's because... All right. So from URL lib.parse import quote and should we, the only one I'm concerned about is this one. Subject message is not might as well. Okay, so we're just gonna do quote and then single quote this, just so that if URL encodes this if it needs to, and that should be good. Come on. Yeah, that was it. Sweet. So we just had to URL encode this, and if I had put some thought into it, I would have known that. Sorry. Anyways, let's get our freaking banner. Our solved banner. Yeah. So we found an XSS vulnerability in the JavaScript, and it was right here where they did an inner HTML and concatenated untrusted data. Using that, we built an exploit, and a clickjacking exploit that pre-filled all of these fields, including the XSS in the name field. Once we had the clickjacking exploit, finished, we sent that to the victim. The victim opened it up. It had a click me button that was next to the submit feedback. So if they clicked that, it would, this submit feedback would be the field that actually got clicked and executed the cross-site scripting payload. Sweet. So I like the chaining those two together. That was very cool. But that's it. If you have any questions, definitely let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Goodbye.